Welcome to Fly's Outback Adventures, and I'm Rob. Well, today's video is just about a little campsite that I've known about for a little while, and I thought I'd share it with you. It's a great find. I've known about it for a while. It's provided free courtesy of the Council of Three Springs, and anyway, this is what it's about. Well, as you can see, caravan there, fire pit, table, chairs and bin, and most importantly, this is the best part. Remember, this is provided free. I have free use of this whenever I feel like it. And yeah, that's right. Let's have another look. That does be, hopefully the camera's showing, that does be the public swimming pool. G'day viewers, how you going? It's fucking Rob here for Fly's Outback Adventures. What I haven't disclosed on the previous bit of video is where I'm going. I'm heading to Mt Augustus. I'm going the inland road via Murchison Buddy Roadhouse, through Mullawa and so forth. Anyway, I'm at a place called, how do I say it? What he said. Have a look at this. This here, this bloke, say hello.
G'day, yeah, how you going? Yeah.
Right. This bloke here, I don't know if I can get to it because I'm so short. Right?
So
he's a local cocky, right? And he's come around and he gave me a bit of a heads up, opened up this facility, which I'll show you in a minute. Right, we walked inside, we had a really good look at everything else there, and there's a website for it and everything he's quite passionate about, so it's really, really cool. So there you go, guys. You never know who you meet in the big outback. Thank you very much.
All the best,
right?
Yeah, see you
That's
later.
all you gold. G'day viewers, here I am on the Carnarvon Mullawa Road, and it's still bitumen, so happy with that. And I expected it to be gravel long before I got to this point. I'm on the Granite River in the desert, and one of the rules about the desert is if there's water in the river, doesn't matter how big or how much or how little, or provided it's not gushing and you get taken downstream, you got to go for a swim. Fortunately, I have to break that rule, because even though it's about 30-32, the wind's pretty good and it's bloody taking the edge off, so I know damn well I'd get out and I'll freeze my ass off. But anyway, I thought I'd give you a bit of a view. This is the view. There's the river going off up there. It was raining here a few weeks back, so the river obviously went into flood, and now it's drying out again. So just thought I'd share that moment, and on to my next one. Well, here's a little strange thing, still a Granite River, and I didn't want to around have a bit of a look. I thought I'd show this, I haven't seen a site like this before. I'm used to seeing the odd dead animal, you know, the skeletal remains, but have a look at this. It's all under a tree. Right, all these roos. Roos don't just come to one spot to die. This is like, you know, if I didn't know better, I'd say this is where someone has come in and shot them and ate them, like an old campsite or something from yesteryear or something. But no, it's you don't see that anymore. So it's a very, very strange. And they got what looks like a flying fox, but I don't think it's a flying fox. Let me tell you what it is when I get there. Well, I'm back again, viewers, and this is what I'm going to show you. I'll just turn around because I've got a can of Coke in there, so I'm going to have to show it this way. There we are there. One support tower, one cable going across. Now if I hold my can over there for a minute, you'll see the cable actually goes right the way across to that structure on the other side, which is obviously the other supporting. But the interesting thing about this whole thing is this little part here. Now ordinarily I think maybe it was flying fox or something of that effect, and but anyway, I very much doubt that, because you got these two other beams over here, and you've got what looks like used to be a fencing post and everything else, and on the other side it appears to be the same. I've walked underneath there and had a look from the underside as well. Anyway, see those posts there, and you got these little hooks on the side, and you know, there's one down there as well, and you know, there's a depth thing over there. It's going over what's that, and then as I said, that's on the other side as well. What I tend to think it might be is back in the day they probably had a barge or something instead of a small river crossing that they've got now, which is really only good provided it doesn't flood, then you can't get across the river still. But maybe it was a barge, some sort of barge that, poor man, you've got up there, pulled it yourself or something, and went across, and maybe these posts are where that barge would be tied off against. But what's confusing me, or making it interesting anyway, is those poles, they're still filled with concrete and galvanized steel, so they're relatively new, and that cable up there running across the river, that's in really good nick, and it's not rusted or anything else. So it's like, well, maybe they only abandoned this stuff last 10 or 20 years or something. And because way over there, I don't know if you can see it on the phone, way over there on the horizon, that's your bitumen road going straight through, which I'll be on in a minute. So yeah, curiosity, it's always interesting what you see in the outback. Thought I'd share this view that I've got for tonight. I think I'm going to be hanging around this area, snooping around tomorrow, throw the kayak in the water. How is this? In the desert, floods a few weeks ago, and this river's still going so strong, and I can see ducks in the distance, which you won't pick up on the camera, but you will pick up these bloody friendly flies. Very friendly, most annoying. How's that view, eh? There's the caravan, there's the river. Here I am in the outback. As you can see, it's desert country, typical West Australian scrub country for this part of the world. Right, here's that river. How good is that, eh? Look. Okay, viewers, how you going? It's a late little breakfast, brunch type thing. I tend to have a lazy sleep in sometimes, especially when it's such a beautiful day, to take it easy, to slow it down and enjoy it. But most importantly, what am I dribbling about today? Well, this is what I'm dribbling about. See if I got that zoom in. Yeah, that's right. Camp oven and damper. Fucking how good is that? It's gonna be good. Well, g'day viewers. Back again, got the damper right there. Sorry about the wind noise, because I've had to listen to it, and I know there's wind noise here. Not much you can do about a breeze. Anyway, got the damper cooked up. For those who don't know to judge when a damper is cooked in an oven, it's simple. Set spoon, which I'm waving around, and I don't know if I might have to move it close, because I think this wind is really picking up. And you'll hear a woody sound. Just like that. And when you hear that, you know it's time for the good stuff to happen. So, without further ado, let's cut it and have a fucking look, eh? And yeah, you got a hacksaw a bit. The outside is crazy. Have a look at that. Beautiful and cooked all the way through. Don't know why I'm holding up the camera. I got it on spare view, on wide view, and providing that fingers. That's a really thick, chunky bit. Ow, ow, fucking hot. It's very hot, quite heavy. Well, let's have a fucking little look. Spread on the old Now, quite often with damper we just add a little bit of honey or golden syrup, but I like to add a little bit of Vegemite. Oh, have a fucking look at that. Sort of like Vegemite on toast. Put that there for the moment, I'll sort that out later. And how good is that? Needs a bit of honey as well. Golden sugar. Golden syrup and Vegemite on a bit of damper. Now that's fucking nice. Well, g'day viewers. Here I am. I'm trolling down there. I've left the previous campsite, trolling down the road, and I've come across the E.T. Hooley, hopefully I get that right, Hooley stock route. Now, according to here, it was restored in 2001 by the who was it? The Northwest District Rifle Club. But there's the stock well. But But what gets me, I'll do a close-up in a minute, and I've already opened it and had a look, and I'll show some footage in there if I can. What gets me is, if you have a look around, right, and I'll just sort of go circular so you can see, there's nothing particular which says, dig here, there's water in the ground. Always has me beat, you know, some of the old timers back in the pioneer days, how they knew where to dig in the ground. And it's not as if there's a little creek that might have been a traditional Aboriginal site or something like that there, and they've been talking to the locals as the Europeans are exploring the countryside. But yeah, this is pretty flat. It's, you know, places like this are quite interesting and quite amusing. But anyway, I'm going to flick it around now, and here's the sign that shows a little bit more, so you can always pause the video and actually read the sign. And over here, here's the well, and the bottom of the bucket's pretty well knackered, you know, so it's not going to do anything. You'd have to throw your, if you needed to, you have to throw your own. If you needed to, you'd have to throw your own bucket in there, and you know, a bit of rope and so forth, and do that there. But there is water here. So let me show you. I don't know how well it's going to turn out, but I'll have a go and see if it works out. So I just put a pause on it a second while I clamber over the bloody over the sticks and everything, and we'll go from there. Here we go. There's the well, and that reflection, that's the water. It's not that far down. It's quite big. That's probably about a 10-foot diameter or something. So not too shabby. So I just pause that again. There we go, back here. So so yeah, it's not too. It's quite amazing. If, you know, running out of water on out here in the middle of nowhere, at least it's going to save your life. Don't know how good the water quality would be, but it is pretty unremarkable countryside here. So it always gets me like, how do they do that? How do they know when to dig? Why didn't they dig 20 feet over there, sort of thing? Yeah, why here? Why not half a mile over there? Anyway, it is what it is, and that'll do. I shall continue on the road. Well, here we are on the way to Errabiddy Bluff. And Errabiddy, I don't know what it's called, I think it's called a bluff. Anyway, here we go. Let's see what the track has to offer. As you can see, that does me, I'll see if I can move the camera to see it better. That does me what we come up for. And the camera may or may not show that very well, but it's fucking huge. Oh, look at that, there's a little bloody thing there. Look at it. Errabiddy Bluff. Let's turn in where the sign says to go to the bluff. There you go, viewers. And as you see, that's Errabiddy Bluff way up there. Looks like a couple of eagles soaring. I don't know if the camera can look at that. I'll try and zoom in a minute. But as you see by the landscape, it's just big boulders everywhere and rocks and everything else. So I had a little walk around, and I don't know whether there's much to show as far as a video is concerned. But well, at this point of the video, I just thought I'd throw in some footage of some of the terrain that I pass through to get to the remote locations that I go to. Well, g'day viewers, how good is this? Parked up here yesterday, campsite, as you see, billabong in the middle of the desert. Right, I'll do a little spin around so you can get a bit of an idea of what's here. Not a bad little billabong, eh? Have a fucking look at that there. Look at all these big gum trees. And if you look carefully, you'll see there's cliffs everywhere. It's like it's a little bloody hole in the ground. It's actually meanders downstream to a river. And so it's part of the river. I forgot what it's called. I might even have a look at it later on. But anyway, there it is there. So it's like a permanent waterhole oasis. It's a bit of cloudy and overcast here, but I've got it all to myself. No one here but me. 2 days. I think I'm going for a swim. Well, viewers, it's not too shabby. Put it on widescreen, so hopefully it gets more of the scenery of everything else. And I'll walk around a little bit and have a bit of a show of what I can see. Very spectacular. Even on a day where it's about 28. Don't think it's very hot today. It's still quite pleasant in here. Just the initial dunk is not good.
And this is what I can see standing from the shore. Absolutely beautiful.